Hello and welcome to URI Online. We're so excited that you have decided to take your program fully online in the URI Online 7-week accelerated format. A lot of faculty come to us and ask, well, what is next after we receive Faculty Senate approval? And what this presentation is here to do is to give you the insight into what happens once you enter the design and development phase of your courses and program. So what we have put together is an instructional designer-led 8-week intensive professional development course that really is designed to help you and all of your colleagues fully design your courses within 8 weeks. In order to engage in online design, we do have some requirements. First is that all of URI Online Design programs must have received Faculty Senate approval before starting online design. Online design runs 3 times a year, and enrollment is based on when your program's launch term is, Fall 1, Spring 1, or Summer 1. Course carousels will need to be provided to the instructional designer before beginning OD. And online design is an 8-week intensive course with weekly deliverable deadlines that faculty must commit to. What this looks like is it's a backwards design approach, and each deliverable is a portion of your course that you are creating. You'll post those to the discussion forums, you'll get feedback from your colleagues and your instructional designer, and it's really meant to guide and support you as you move through the development of your course. In addition to the 8 weeks, faculty also are to attend 2 half-day workshops, the first being in week 2 and the second in week 6. Upon completion of online design, you must deliver a fully developed 7-week course master. A course master is different than perhaps what you may be used to teaching online from a live course or an academic course. A course master is what the courses will be copied from each term they are taught. So they contain only the course content and not the instructor information or the due dates that are specific to a certain term that they would launch. And then each of these masters must pass QM review with an outside reviewer of 85% or higher. So what does this look like when we dig in a little bit deeper? Online design can really be broken into 3 parts. There are 6 modules. The first 3 modules are completed in weeks 1, 2, and 3. In week 1, we're looking at the backwards design approach to instructional design, as well as who are our learners and how does instruction take place in a fully online platform, as well as what considerations do we have to take into account when we're looking at an accelerated 7-week format. In week 2, faculty will all come together to participate in a program alignment and backwards design workshop where you will really take a step back, look at your entire program laid out on a map or a spreadsheet, and see what are the key components being addressed in each course, what are the key assessments, what are the learning outcomes being mastered. Is there any need for change? Is there too much repetition? Is there a gap anywhere? And really start to come together to form a vision for that program. From there, each individual developer will design their course syllabus and course map based on the decisions that were made in the workshop. The second part of online design digs into the actual design of each individual course. So this is part 2. Now, where part 1 requires all faculty to be involved, part 2 can be broken up depending on the launch year of your course. So for instance, if a program is launching in Fall 1 of 2020, but it's a 2-year program, the courses launching in year 2 of the program can begin online design part 2 in the summer prior to the year 2 of the program. So it's an option, it's not required. We are more than happy to facilitate year 1 and year 2 courses being developed at the same time. In part 2 are modules 4, 5, and 6, which are designed to be completed in weeks 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. In week 4, you are designing your assessments and rubrics or evaluative tools. These need to be directly linked to your learning outcomes. So how are you assessing that the students have mastered those outcomes? In Module 5, you will develop the learning activities and instructional content or cultivate existing learning activities and instructional content to ensure that the students are prepared to master and be successful on those assessments and master those learning outcomes. And then lastly, you will participate in week 6 in an online design workshop where an instructional designer will show you how to actually build your course within the Brightspace learning management system using the URI Online 7-week master template. Finally, you will have week 6 and 7 to build your course. You will partner with a colleague to do an informal peer review using our QM checklist. And then at the end of week 8, your courses will all be sent off to QM approval by an outside reviewer, where they must achieve an 85% or higher passing score. All course masters for programs must receive QM approval in order to receive payment for the course development. From there, the programs and the courses will be deployed, determined by their launch term. The instructor will import the course master into their academic course where the students are enrolled. They will teach that course. They will add their instructor welcome, their contact information. They will add their announcement and email students from eCampus. It's also important to understand that in URI Online, because we're dealing with a 7-week accelerated format and many of your students are part-time or also working full-time or perhaps juggling families, that we do provide access the Wednesday prior to the start of the term so that they have time to get oriented to the course as well as acquire the materials that are required for the course. So looking at the schedule, as I mentioned, online design runs 3 times a year: fall 1, spring 1, summer 1, depending on the launch term for your program. And all courses must follow the same timeline based on the launch term of the program, not the launch term of the course. So if your program is launching fall 1, 2020, all developers will be starting online design on May 25th of 2020. If it's summer 1, 2021 that your program launches, all faculty developers must begin online design on January 25th of 2021. Now, as I mentioned, if it's a 2-year program and year 2 faculty would like to postpone a year, they may, but they must start on the start term, and they would complete workshop number 1 as well as modules 1 to 3, and then they would stop out and come back a year later to complete modules 4 through 6, fully design their courses, and get those off for QM approval. So I hope this really helps answer some of your questions or maybe demystify what is to come as far as how do we fully design and develop these programs for URI Online. We're really looking forward to having you on board and excited about the quality of courses that we are able to design using this program.